Hey everyone, welcome to Missy's Guidance and Tarot. I'm your host, Missy. So I have this is more like a message. I just so if it resonates, that's great. If it doesn't, just leave it right where it is, right? So the message, I just finished watching the movie Click, starring Adam Sandler, right? And basically the premise of the movie is that He's a he has a husband, he has children, and he's a working dad, right? And he basically his boss was giving him problems like, saying if you do this, eventually you'll make partner, eventually you'll do this, eventually you'll get that, eventually you'll get promoted, yada yada yada. So his life his home life, which I don't know because I don't have children, but his home life is like a little bit hectic and his work life is hectic as well. So he basically left out of the house and went somewhere and fell on the bed. For the fact that my heat is kicking on as I'm saying this is like he was at his boiling point, right? He couldn't take it because he was getting pressured at his job and he was getting pressured at home. So he walked out of the house, he went driving somewhere, and he stopped at the store Bed Bath and Beyond. But there was something special about this Bed Bath and Beyond store because there was a section in the back called Beyond the Beyond or something like that. So it was like deep into the beyond. Anyways, he ended up getting a remote. He later finds out that this remote has special powers that he could fast forward, rewind, skip, and do all of these things. But what he did not realize was the consequences of him skipping, fast forwarding, rewinding, and all of that stuff. Eventually, anytime because of the time he chose to skip, rewind, fast forward, or whatever, whenever he got to the point, like let's say he got in an argument with his wife, he would fast forward through the argument, or skip the argument, so they'll be basically be in bed. He didn't realize the consequences of his actions, so every time when he was to get in an argument with his wife or whoever else he had fast forward through, it would just completely skip the argument. Then the remote took on a life of its own and started to like fast forward to skipping time. So he jumped from a few minutes to a year, then it was like 10 years, then it was like 16 years, then it was like it was eventually he lost a lot of time by fast forwarding through stuff. He was there physically, but his mind he was on autopilot basically. Like some people that's just like they're there, they're there, but their mind is elsewhere. Well, that's what autopilot was. And I'm just explaining it to the movie to you. If you haven't seen the movie, I think it was really good, and I've watched it multiple times. But I guess this time around when I watched it, I realized what the message of the movie was. It's like appreciate what you have because you don't know what you have until it's gone. And this is what happened with him because he realized by fast forwarding and skipping and rewinding and all of that stuff, manipulating time or trying to manipulate time, he ended up losing way more than what he thought he was going to lose. And that was not good for him. And in the process of him trying to do that, he ended up not only did it affect him, it also affected the people that was surrounding him, right? So I say that to say this: appreciate what you have while you have it, because when it's gone, you are going to regret that for the rest of your life. And that's what this man was going through, regrets and stuff like that. Now, the silver lining for this whole thing was that he was able to redeem himself, get a second chance, right? And when I said that, I saw 444 on the counter when I said that. So he was able to get a second chance. Sometimes in life, we don't get second chances. What's done is done. There's no fixing it, there's no going back, because the only thing that I know is certain, and that's death. Everything else, I mean, you can get it back. Like if a relationship is broken, I mean, you guys could be cordial and be friends. I'm not telling you to go back to a toxic relationship. Oh, heck no. I'm not telling, nobody deserves that. But what I'm saying is that there is a chance for you to, until as long as you have breath in your body, you are able to redeem yourself and fix the issue, right? When you are dead and gone, there's no fixing it, because every day you wake up, that is a chance for you to basically take accountability for your actions, figure out a way to try to fix it, and then move forward with trying to fix it. And if it can be, if the relationship can be salvageable, find a way to rectify or reconcile with individuals. Now, like I said, if it's a really abusive relationship or abusive relationship in all, any type of abuse, I do not recommend reconciling with people. I recommend loving them from a distance. I am not a relationship specialist or anything like that. I'm just going off experience, because there's some people, until they take accountability for their actions, they will continue to do stuff, because hurt people, and you don't want to put yourself in a predicament to allow someone to hurt you, right? Because we people only do what we allow. So if you're getting abused by somebody, and I'm not saying that this is the case, but I'm just using that as an example, like if something is not going right, you don't put yourself in that predicament to continue to be mistreated or whatever, or misguided or all of that stuff. Okay? But the end of the movie, he was able to redeem himself because he was able to get a second chance. And this time around, he decided that instead of chasing chasing money or whatever, or fast forwarding through all of this stuff, he decided that what was important to him was his family, the relationship with his kids, the relationship with his wife. I mean, screw all the materialism stuff. As long as he has his wife and he has his children or whatever it is, or the people that he loves and cares about, that is his abundance right there. Screw all the materialistic stuff. So I don't even know if I should pull any cards, but I just thought that was very interesting. And it's like there's every time I see that scene, no matter how many times I've watched this movie, that particular scene towards the end of the movie always make me cry. And I got a little choked up because I was like, damn. But it's like I mean, it really resonates with me. It resonated with me for the fact that I know the message, what the movie was trying to convey, is to appreciate what you have while you have it, because you might take it for granted, but then when you see it somewhere else, or like, I don't know, when you see it on someone else's arm, or when someone else takes a hold of it, you're living with regrets, shoulda, coulda, wouldas. But you had the opportunity to fix it, but you chose not to, possibly due to pride, due to ego, due to not take lack of accountability. And at the end of the day, it's like we all need to be held accountable for our actions. For you need to be held accountable for allowing someone to mistreat you. You and the person who's mistreating you needs to be held accountable as to why they needed to mistreat you the way they did. You understand what I mean? And I don't know why I'm focusing just on relationships, but that's not it. I don't know. Maybe it was about well, I mean, the movie is about relationships and stuff like that, but it can be applied in all aspects of your life, right? All aspects. If you know something is not good for you, don't do it, type situation. I don't know. So anyways, I'm gonna close this out. I just wanted to come on here and share my point of view of that movie really quick. The movie's called Click, Click, and the star is Adam Sandler. Um, Check it out. All right, everyone. And don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And you have yourself a great one. Bye.